I request all of you to please mute yourself. Okay.
Hello.
We'll be starting in just next 2 minutes. Before we start with the topic, I want all of you to please turn on the cameras. Can I have the cameras on, please? Because the topic which we are covering today is all about your body language, your communication style, and this I can only see when I'll be able to see you right in front of me. Thank you. Can I have the cameras on by all of you? Please turn on the cameras. Yes. I need cameras on for by each one of you who is present here. Just imagine I'm taking sessions without turning on my cameras. Let's make it more interactive and have the cameras on. Okay. Thank you so much, those who have turned on the camera. Others also, I'm waiting for you to turn on the camera. More than 50% of the participants have their cameras off. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so I am Sakshi Chajar and I welcome your very warm welcome for today's session. Most of you are aware that today's session is all about communication skills, how to interact, and why this communication is very important in our life today. We communicate. So most of you might be thinking, communication. We communicate. We have been communicating from last 20, 21, 22 years. So what's there to learn in communication? Yes, I know you all have been communicating, but there are some points, some minor points which we need to keep in mind when we talk about communication. Before I go ahead with the topic, I want Ms. Kavya to take over and explain about the app.
Yeah, Sakshi, thank you so much. So I'll be sharing my screen. Good afternoon, all. This is Kavya Narayan. Just give me a minute. So I think most of you are aware of the platform that you will have to join the next time. You need to have an app, Postu Mukti Pathshala. So if not, if somebody who is hearing it for the first time, we shall see how you can download the app and how you can log in from the next time, right?
We can use some reactions to let the person know that you are all are listening. Yeah. Thank you so much for using the reaction. Yes, Kavya ma'am, are you sharing the screen now? Okay. Is there some issue with Kavya? She'll be back again soon. Okay, till the time we were talking about our topic communication. Before I go ahead with our topic, I want all of you to see one video and understand why I'm saying communication plays a very important role. Let's see the video. Hey, does your dog bite? No, my dog don't bite. And see what happens next. Then you say your dog don't bite, but this is not my dog. Now, a very easy and a very small message from this video. What was the message? The message was, when I ask you something, definitely I expect you to answer me in the chat box. You can give your answers there whenever I'm asking something. So what was the message which the video was giving us? No message? The lack of communication was seen. Question was right. That your dog bites? You don't know. My dog don't bite. But the second part of the communication was lacking. That was, he just forgot to ask whether the dog sitting right next to the man is that dog of which he's talking about, or is that dog someone else, right? So there, the communication, miscommunication happened. And that's the reason why I'm saying that our words, our gestures, and the proper framing of the sentence plays a very important role while communicating. Coming to the topic that is communication, let's have some basic definition about communication. What is communication? Why it is important? So it's communication. Yes. Okay, before going to that, can anyone tell me communication happens between one person, it's with just one person who is communicating, or two or a group of people who communicate? Can someone tell me? Group of people, okay, Megasha, group of people with two or more people, Yogal, yes, Haji, two or more people. Yeah, perfectly right. One person cannot communicate. Jyoti, here I am speaking, but I need your response to communicate, to know whether whatever I'm speaking, you all are listening, you all are understanding or not. So communication happens. Yes, Mandap, more than one. Govinda with two or more people. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, obviously it happens with two people or more than two people, not just one with one single person. Single person cannot communicate. Okay, let's go back to the slides. Communication. Here, as we can see in the picture, there are two, three group of people who are trying to interact with each other. Okay. Yes. A very brief idea about what all things we are going to cover in today's session is first, what is communication? Why it is very important, the importance of communication, meaning of communication, and the characteristics of communication. These are the different four topics we are going to cover in today's session. Let's start with the introduction part. Now, can I have a... Yes, okay. So, the origin of the word communication is communicare or communal, which means to impart, to participate, to share, or to make a common view. Now, when I talk about these different things, there are three different things about which I was talking. So, when we talk about those parameters, can you tell me what does exactly the word sharing thoughts, participation, and having something in common means? What does these things mean? Why we are using these terms in communication? Why we are using these terms in communication? What is the purpose of using these terms? People are not able to exchange yes, some of the people are unable to join, so it's live on YouTube. So from there, they can definitely attend the lecture. Okay, to make them understand, right? Any other reason for using these terms? Okay, now let me tell you, the communication word is derived from a word that is communist or communicare. So everywhere, whenever a group of people come together, definitely they are going to share something which is common. Like they will be sharing their thoughts, their views on the common topic on which both the people are interested or the group of people are interested. Like as we can take today's example, we all are here to discuss, to talk, and to understand about communication. So, being the sender of the information, my motive is to share information about communication, and you being the receiver, you'll be taking the information about what is communication. Let's go to the second part, that is in general. Communication refers to the reciprocal exchange of information. Now, what is this exchange of information? When we talk, obviously we share some information, right? So that is the reciprocal exchange of information, ideas, facts, opinions, beliefs. We do share our feelings, attitude through verbal, non-verbal means between two people or within a group of people. Now, when I say we share it by two means, verbal and non-verbal. So, what is the non-verbal way of communication? Verbal way I am using right now. I'm speaking, you all are listening. So, what is non-verbal means of communication? Anyone who can let me know what is the non-verbal mode of communication? Communication should be effectively communication. Sign language, sign action, right? Videos, right? Body language, right? Actions, right? Letter, in written form, body language, gestures, by making sign actions, gestures. Yes, right, written information. Okay, thank you. Right. The non-verbal form of communication is using sign language, body language, gestures, expressions. All these things are another way of communicating yourself. Now, if I just take a small example, then The small children who cannot speak, they don't know how to speak, but still they can communicate very effectively. Now, what's the reason? How they can communicate effectively, and how we, being the adult, without hearing anything, we understand what they're trying to say. The reason is their body language, their expressions, their gestures. These all things help us to understand that. Understanding body language. Yes. Thank you. Now, let's go to the next part of the communication slide. Now, definition. You know, many great people have different definitions of communication. So for me, I can say it's merely just the exchange of information between people, or someone can say it is the exchange of idea. Someone can say it is talking with each other. Someone can say it is sharing feeling with someone. So person to person, the communication definition differs in terms of the words, but when it comes to the ultimate meaning of communication, that remains same. It requires sender, a receiver, and the information to be shared. Let's see. According to John Adair, communication is essentially the ability of one person to make contact with another and make himself or herself understood. Now, speaking anything won't make a difference until and unless the other person understands what you are trying to say. So, always it is a process where a person is speaking and the other person is giving the feedback. This is the entire process. The process, if the sender sends the message, it is just the half part of the communication which is being done. Until and unless we don't receive the feedback, the process doesn't get completed. So this means the other person to whom we are delivering should understand what we are trying to say. Let's go to the second definition by Thomas. Communication is a process of transmitting and receiving verbal and non-verbal messages. It is considered effective when it achieves the desired response or reaction from the receiver. Now, just assume I am speaking and I'm not getting any response. See, I'm asking you to write something in the chat box. I'm not getting any response. My message is not complete. My communication cycle is just half. Why? Because I don't know whether you have understood or not. So, to make the communication cycle in the complete flow, to make it complete, there should be the proper response getting from the other person who is acting as a receiver for you. Like for me, you all are the receiver of the information. So when I see the messages in the chat box, I understand that yes, you are listening to me and you are understanding whatever I'm trying to explain. Any doubts still here related to communication? Any doubts? Understood. Okay. Akash, can you please stop using these things? See, kids, see, students, here we are to understand something. And I want you all to maintain the decorum of the session. Okay. Thank you so much for the response I'm getting. Yes. Going to the next part, meaning of communication. The continuous cycle is going the same way, but every content has its own different meaning. Now, if we talk about meaning of communication, so it is a process through which individuals mutually exchange their ideas. You know, I cannot force you to listen to me, to understand me. No. I am interested more in sports, but the person to whom I'm talking is interested more in entertainment. We cannot talk, we cannot exchange the information because the area of interest on which we both are talking is different. So it should be a mutual exchange of their ideas, values, thoughts, feelings, actions with one or more people. So here the term mutual plays a very important role while you are communicating. Um, Someone has raised the hand. I'll get back to you once we complete the meaning of communication. Okay. Second, the transfer of information from the sender to the receiver so that it is understood in the right context. Here, the term context. What is that context? Context means uh, communication which takes place in the right manner. For example, if we talk about greeting, if we go to USA, if we talk about greeting, now there hugging is very common. No, irrespective of the gender who is standing right in front of you, hugging is very common between US people. But if we talk about India, just assume random person coming and wishing you, greeting you by hugging. Will it be a good gesture to present? No. So it should be right time, right gesture, and right way should be selected while communicating. If we talk about cultural context, we all have different beliefs. We all belong from different cultural backgrounds. We have different beliefs about different things. So whenever you are communicating, make sure you don't say something which is against the cultural education of the other person. We need to keep these small points in mind while communicating. If we talk about temporal content, now what is temporal context? Anyone who have heard this name temporal context? Anyone? Anyone who can let me know what is this temporal context? No? Okay. The way we position our message plays a very important role. I'll tell you how. A person working somewhere quitted the job. Suddenly he was out of the job. And how he presented himself was, I was laid out of my job. Every every random person is going to stare at him. Like, oh my God, he was just laid out of the job. See the other way of presenting that I'm not working right now. What could have been a best sentence? We are the proud parents of a newborn kid, and we are happily taking care of a newborn kid. So here, no, the laid off word, we didn't use that word. We simply expressed that, informed that in a very positive manner that we are the proud parents of a newborn kid, and that's the reason I quitted my job. So this temporal context, the way you frame your sentence, the way you put your content plays a very important role in communication. Okay, Harshit, you have raised your hand. Is there something you want to share? If you can sit properly, Harshit, I'll be happy to have your video on. But if you want to do these kind of things, better you turn off the video. Yes, thank you. Okay, let's move to the next part, that is the process of initiating, transmitting, and receiving information. As we discussed earlier, there are three different things: the sender, who initiates the information, transmit, the mode of transmission. It can be in any form. It can be telephonic, it can be in the written way, non-verbal, verbal, any mode can be there for transmitting the information and receiving, the receiver who receives the information. Here the process gets complete. Next, the means of making the transfer of information productive and goal oriented. Now, when I'm talking about goal oriented, it should be goal oriented. Reason being, many of the people have come up, they have given their precious time to come with you, to understand, to listen to what you want to share with them. So you should have a productive information, whatever you're sharing. For example, you're coming up with a new business plan. So you should have the detailed planning, the blueprint of what you're going to do, how you're going to do, and the set ultimate goal of the business plan. You should be able to understand and make them understand what is the goal and how we are going to achieve that. So it should be productive and definitely goal oriented. Next, the process of sharing information, idea, attitude between individuals, that we all know that while communicating, we share information, ideas, and attitude with with two or more people. Okay, taking a pause from this presentation, here I have one question for all of you. Just assume for a day, you are being asked to keep your mouth, no words. It should be a non-verbal communication which you are being asked to do. So, all of you feeling hungry. It's 2 o'clock, 2:20, right? Usually a lunchtime. You all are feeling hungry. So, what is the gesture you can use to show that you're feeling hungry, and parents, or maybe to your friends with whosoever you are living with, that please give us something to eat. We cannot speak, but please understand the gesture. So, what is that non-verbal mode of communication you will be using? Let's make it interactive. See, do you want to go with the content part? Yes, Jay. Yeah, that's fine. Jay, you are on mute, right? And you have to use your non-verbal communication only. So no need to unmute yourself. Just show us that non-verbal mode means. Perfect. Yes, see? Okay. So I'm trying to understand that so hungry part, that was okay. Yes, I'm feeling. Okay, yes, I'm feeling hungry. Okay, Papa, Dad, you're telling that to your father. Okay, see, students just understand how easily Jay explained it to us that he's telling his father, a very easy way to showcase your father, like it's just the mustache, right? Like, my dad, I'm feeling hungry, give me something to eat. Nothing to be done, just get into the kitchen and have something. Good one, Harsham. But I told you to use your non-verbal communication. Sign language, screaming. Bharat, you cannot scream. As I told you, your mouth is shut. Yeah, you have a heavy call stick on your mouth today. By writing, okay. Probably rubbing the tummy. Yes, rubbing the tummy is one of the most common gesture to show that we are feeling hungry. You know what happens? At times we are using the verbal mode of communication, still we use that gesture of rubbing our tummy, right? Yes, we use both the way. Verbal, non-verbal, both the things go hand in hand. See, when I'm speaking with verbal part, I'm using my expressions. I'm using my hand gestures to explain. So verbal, non-verbal, both go parallel to each other. Without verbal part, non-verbal won't be very effective. And without non-verbal part, just remember the speech is going to be very boring. Those whom I'm seeing right in front of me, you would have been sleeping or yawning that, ma'am, please end up the session. It's getting very boring for all of us, right? So, not for me. Just saying, ma'am, not for me. Okay. Um, Sorry, students, if I'm unable to call out your name because I'm having almost 498 participants right now. So only few of you I can see right in front of me. So I am calling out their name only. And if I see in the chat box, no more conversation, no more communication. It's better to do nothing and feed yourself. Okay. Yes, obviously it's better to feed yourself, but when we talk about some topic, you need to answer that way, right? Okay, let's go to the next slide. Importance, yes, very important. Communication, as we just saw in the initial video, that the lack of communication was there, and you know what happened? The dog just attacked the person. And if you don't want that thing to happen with you all, just understand the importance of communication. First, leads to personal effectiveness. Now, why it leads to personal effectiveness? You know what we are going to do? See, I was knowing that who all are going to be my audience. I prepared my content in that way. So it's making my content effective. Personally, it's making me effective in front of you. Right? Helps to network with people. You know, how we were talking to each other, how we were interacting. Though everyone was on mute, but by mode of non-verbal communication, we all were interacting with each other. Right? So again, it helps to network with people. Next is influences motivation for enhanced performance. You know, the more you communicate, the more you talk, the more you gain knowledge, the more you motivate yourself. See, today I'm speaking in front of you. Maybe I'll be getting some feedbacks from you all. Those feedbacks will help me out, will motivate me to perform better, to come up with something more creative, more innovative, and will improve my performance. Next, builds better understanding between boss and subordinate. You know, if we are working somewhere, communication is very, very important to build a strong bond between your boss and your subordinate. If you're keeping quiet, you won't be gaining anything. When we go to a workplace, we go there to learn, we go there to build ourselves, to groom ourselves. And that can only happen when you have a better understanding with your boss and subordinate. We need to work with a lot of people. And for that, the understanding should be there between people, right? So, for example, like how Jay was using his gestures. So, their understanding was there so that I could understand what he is trying to communicate, right? So, that understanding between boss and subordinates is very important. Create better interpersonal relation. Definitely, when you're communicating, it is going to create a good relations with the person whom you are communicating and increase listening abilities. So what is listening abilities? Right now, I was talking about speaking, speaking, and speaking. All of a sudden, a new point came. That is listening ability. So what has communication to do with listening? Okay, is by Mukund. Okay, Yes, Balmukun, you can write it in the chat box, your answer, like why communication has to do something with listening. Understanding the speaker requires listening, okay, to understand what actually the one is saying, okay. Concentration, okay. How much of what was spoken is actually interpreted, okay. Communication will be understand when you listen to them, right? Concentration, better understanding. Listening helps in understanding. There's no communication without listening. Okay, communication is a two-way process. Okay, just stop. Stop. Thank you for all the answers. And yes, I completely agree with all the answers I have received. But here, listening, I was talking from the perspective of a person who is speaking. You all are listening to me, to understand the content, to build your knowledge, to learn new things. Yes, that is the main reason you all are listening to me. But why I am going to listen to you? Why I should be a speaker? Why I should be a good listener? Why I should be a good listener? You know why? To understand my audience, to understand whatever is running in your mind, to understand what is your feedback, to understand whether the content I have delivered to you was worth it, was being understood by you or not. To understand those things, to make myself more better, to improve my efficiency, I should be a good listener because your views will help me out to understand all these things. So a speaker is the person who is a good listener too. That's why. Why? What did I say in the beginning? It should be an interactive session, right? Not just a speech which I am coming, I'm delivering, and I'm saying bye bye. The speech is done. No, it should be a good interaction. Being a good listener, focus, meaningful relationship with those around you. Perfect. Yes, Mesha, definitely it builds a meaningful relationship with the person who are around you. Because the person will not have that mindset that, oh my God, I have been continuously listening to this person. He's not getting quiet. How can I bear this person for so long? No, it should be interactive thing. Communication is all about interaction rather than being a speaker. Yes, communication makes sense only if both the speaker and the listener are on the same page. Right. To get both of us on the same page, I need to understand who is my audience, to whom I am delivering my content. Right. So we should be on the same page with the help of being a good listener. So for me, it should be a being good listener and a good speaker. And for you all, it should be a good listener only. Okay. If you all are going to speak, I'll have to be quiet. So speaking right, I'm not going to give it to you. But yes, definitely listening right is there with you. Right? Okay. So next is the characteristics of communication that we are going to cover up in the next session. Right? We're not going to start the characteristics right now because it's already 2:38. And before you all leave the session, I want to have your feedback with so that I also want to carry something with me. You all have taken so many things. What is communication, importance, verbal, non-verbal. I also want to take something along with me. So I want your valuable feedback to be written in the chat box so that next time when we meet, I come up with something more exciting, more of interaction. I want the honest feedback from you all. The feedback should be honest. I've just received one. Okay, yes. Baby Zeba, you want some link? I don't know what link you are talking about there. Okay. Okay. So I'm taking these feedbacks in a very positive manner. That whatever, and the second thing, most important, whatever you have written over here is what actually you are taking with you from this session. Right? So I'm taking it to be the honest feedback I'm getting from all of you. Okay. So in the next session, we'll be coming up with some activity. And yes, one thing I'll make very clear to all of you that this session, these all the coming sessions are going to be interactive one, where not only you all will be working with me. You all will be using the chat box because I cannot give the right to speak to all of you. So you all will be using the chat box, and it's going to be interactive session rather than boring speech session. Okay, hoping to see you all in the next session. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. Okay. Next session, you will get the details from the company, right? Okay, those who have the query regarding tomorrow's class, you all will be getting the link and details about the class the way you got the detail for today's session. Same way, you'll be getting the details from your institute. Next session, when it is planned, will update you soon because I too don't have the schedule right now in my hand. So definitely we'll be having the next session because it is of 30 hours. The communication skill topic will be of 30 hours. So we'll be having the next session soon.
Hi,
Sakshi ma'am.
Kavya this side.
Yes, ma'am.
I want all the
Yes,
students, all the audience to stay back so that we can ask them how to register next class. They can see all the links and everything that you will be hosting, all the next sessions that we'll be hosting. All right.
Okay, sure. So, students, I request all of you to please follow the instruction and understand what Kavya ma'am is going to tell you for the upcoming sessions. Yes, Kavya ma'am, please take over.
Thank you, Sakshi. So good afternoon, all. So we'll be sharing the screen and showing you all how to register. If you have already registered for this, I think some of you might already know Postomukhi Pashala app. So if you have already registered, no problem. If not, you can start it fresh. Students who have not registered or not heard of this app, so you can start. So we'll be sharing the screen. Shavya, could you please share your screen? Right. So you can open a browser. The first time the registration needs to be done from the web login itself. When I say web, you can do it from the phone also, but all you need to do is just open a browser. It could be any browser, Google Chrome, Safari, anything you're using, and search for HTTPS :/ campus dot technology. Yes, click on enter. On the right hand side, you have something called a campus canvas, right? Just click on that. You can follow with me. If not, you can stop if you have any doubts. You can log in from your Google account. So you can just click on G. It need not be just Google, it can be Facebook. If your Facebook is associated with any Google ID, that also works. Please do that. So when you click on G, you get the options, right? Suggestion kind of a thing. If you have already logged in with a multiple Google accounts, it will ask you which one to choose. You can choose your account. If not, if you would like to add with a new one, you can do that. So Shavya has chosen one already. Right. Here, it will ask you for the institutional code. Again, I repeat, people who have not registered can enter this, who has already registered. I think students from Ramaya Degree College and all are here. You have already registered. Please do not do anything. Somebody who has registered, keep it as it is. You have process is already done. Somebody who is seeing it for the first time and have not used at all, you can enter this code here. The code is 230 hyphen 10 hyphen 13. So we repeat and even put it in the chat box. It is 230 hyphen 10 hyphen 13. So let me just put it in the chat box. Right. You can click on next. It will ask you to set the password. Here, when I say password, it is your app password, not the Google one. However, you can keep it same. We do not have any problem. You want to choose some separate thing for this particular platform, you can set it. Anything of your choice here, you can click on next. Here it is going to ask you what kind of a user are you? Are you a faculty or a student? Please register yourself as student. If you register as faculty, your entire thing will be discarded. Please don't do that. Select it as a student. And it will ask you for some basic information. It could be your registration number, your university registration number, the institution registration number. Please enter it. Program code, it will ask. You can ask your faculties for the program code. When I say program code, if you're a student of BBA or BA, BSc, BE or whatever, your program, this BE, BSc, all these degrees will have a code. You can ask your faculty for that. They will give you one. You can enter it. And the year of admission, when were you admitted to your institution, you can enter it. And the semester that you are studying in, if you are a student of first semester, you can select. By default it is 1. If you are a student of 6th semester or something, you have a drop down. You can select it from the drop down. And the section you belong to, when I say section, it's the bifurcation of the class. If you say no, I do not have any section, by default please keep it as A. If you belong to any section A, B, C, D, you can select it from the drop down and click on sign in. Yes, this is one-time activity. So you are already registered. You are already registered. Now, next time onwards, this is first time registration. Next time onwards, whenever Sakshi ma'am is taking the class, you can see all her classes and everything. All the links, it could be today's class also, will be put up in the app. We have a dedicated student app, that is Postomukh ePathshala. We have it in both Play Store as well as App Store. You can get the apps installed in your phone. So I'll be sharing my phone screen also. Let us see how to get it installed. Right. Shavya, I think you can stop sharing the screen. So is my screen visible? I want one of you to please say if my screen is visible.
Yes,
Yes, Kavya, ma'am.
yes, it's visible.
So you can, I am an Android user, so I'll be showing you from the Play Store. Likewise, you can search it in the App Store also. All you can do is just go to Play Store and you can search for Posto MOOC ePathshala. So the links will be shared with you all, or you can simply search for Posto MOOC ePathshala. This is how the app icon looks like. Since I already have it installed in my phone, I'm getting option open. If you are using it for the first time, just like other apps, you will get the option to install. You can install the app. So let me just open it and show it. So the moment you open the app, you will get this. We basically have update over the air feature. If you do not see the screen, you can just close it this way. So in the Android phones, you will have this, right? The first bottom one is to go back. The middle one is to run in the background. And the last one is to kill all the running apps. So you can just close it, keep it this way and swipe it upwards and then open the app. You will get the latest update. You don't have to uninstall the app and reinstall. It is not at all required. So you have these two options, right? Go to old app and go to new app. You can just click on go to new app. Just give me a minute. Let me just enter the ID. So, and I'm going to enter the password. Right? I'll click on login. Right. So right now I do not have anything scheduled. If you going forward, if you have any classes or something, all the recorded classes or any links, if we are going to put, you will be seeing it under enrolled classes. So basically you have something called as open classes, right? Open classes would remain empty for you all. I mean, apart from the students who are using the app, they know how it works. For the new students who are using it for the first time, you will be seeing all the classes under enrolled courses. If you have any doubts in this process, you please let me know. You can unmute yourself or you can post your queries in the chat box. We will let you know. So again, I think I forgot to answer. I mean, I forgot to mention one thing. So here you are entering the emails, right? Email and the password. When I say password, it is not your Google password. It is your app. Whatever you are entering when you register. So that one you will be entering it here, not your Google password. The ID is going to be your Gmail account, whatever you choose, but the password is going to be your app password. If you have any doubts or queries or anything, you may unmute yourself and ask, or else you can post it in the chat box. Program code, institutional code is already put in the chat box. Institutional code, you will have to use the same institution code. Program code, you can ask your faculties. If you are a student of BA, BBA, BE, whatever, your faculty will be knowing the right program code. You can please ask your faculty. Personal or official, if you have any institutional mail ID, that is definitely good. Please go with the institutional mail ID. The college has not provided you any mail ID. You can go with the personal one. I think Indian Academy and others, you already have your IDs. So please go with that. I'm Ramaya college. Ramaya students are already using it, so you don't have to register again. How do we enroll into courses? No, you're not doing anything. That will be done from our end. You'll be just seeing the classes. Could you please type the name of the web login page? Sure. https://campus.technology. Click on campus canvas. Future sessions will be intimated to you all. Nothing to worry on that part. How do we enroll into courses? No, you're not doing anything from your end. You will be knowing, you will get to know how, when and when is your class. Okay, can you please repeat the login session? Okay, no problem. You can just download this app, Posto MOOC ePathshala. All the future sessions will be in the app itself. All the sessions will be in the app itself. You'll be seeing it under enroll courses. All right. So, right. Somebody asked me, can you please repeat the session? No problem. You can just download the app, Posto MOOC ePathshala. I just showed you how the app icon looks like. So you can just download the app and enter your Gmail ID that you are registered, that you use for registration, and then you can enter your password. Students from other institution who does not have program code, what should be entered? Students from different institution who does not have program code, all the institutions will have program code for sure. You can just talk to your faculty, they will provide you one. Definitely you will have program code. Everybody has their own program code, so please do that. App isn't available on iPhone. Let me share the app link for the iPhone users as well as Android users. Just give me a minute. For the one that I sent for iPhone users, Android users. Paid courses will be from the next week. Paid courses will start from next week. Somebody just messaged me saying, ma'am, it says rupees 100 for the business communication course in the app. I think you're not using the right one. When you open the app, you will go to new app, right? Please go to that. So that's how we can do. Can I know what is the link for institution ID? There's no link. There's nothing link, but we can give you the institution code. Ramaya students don't have to log in again. If you have already logged in, please do not re-log in. Do not follow the registration process again. Not necessary for you all. Right. Okay. Over to you, Sakshi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so for the further queries, you can just update the school or the institution. They'll get back to us and we'll solve out that thing. And as of now, it's the time to say bye bye. I'll be winding up the session. So bye bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. See you soon. Bye bye. Yes, it's the next session is at 3 to 3:40. Okay. Bye bye.
Hello.
Welcome back. We'll be starting with our next session on team building. We'll just wait for 1 or 2 more minutes for all to join, and then we are going to start. Hello all, welcome back. As I can see, many of you are typing in the chat box. So it would be good if we can restrict the use of chat box for sharing information, for being interactive in this session. Yes? Let's not type anything or whatever you want to chat with your friends. You can do it at your personal level. Please don't use chat box for that. Thank you so much. Welcome all. Let's have the videos on. Go on, let's have the video on to make the session interactive. You know, if I'm going to see this blank screen now with names, it's going to be very boring for me. Right? Yes. Let's have the cameras on. Okay. Everyone, please turn on the camera. As it's the first session, I'm not making it mandatory to turn on the cameras, but for all the upcoming session, you all will be advised to turn on the camera because I cannot teach to these names. I want to teach you. Ready, steady, go. Ravan Raja, can you please sit in front of the camera instead of showing the products? We all are very well aware about these products. Either you sit in front of the camera, or if this is the case, you can turn on the off the camera. Ready, set, go. Yes. Let me see all the lovely faces. So it's 3 o'clock. I know many of you might be feeling sleepy. Yes, but that's okay. Sapna, I'm expecting that from next time, I'm not going to see any kind of videos on your screen. The students, as we know, all know that seeing the current situation, we cannot go for live classes, right? We cannot go to colleges, we cannot have interaction there. So it is the only platform where we can learn. But when it comes to teaching, one thing is common everywhere, whether it's a classroom or it's on the online platform, to maintain the decorum of the class. You know, you all are grown up. If I'm going to give you a lecture on these things, no, you all are going to close your ears that, ma'am, we are grown up. We know all these things. If you know all these things, please apply here. Please, let's have a good decorum here where we enjoy rather than having all these kind of things. Yes, we are here to learn, to gain knowledge, to interact. Yes, we all are here to learn. Right? So let's make the environment where we can learn, we're gaining knowledge, not the environment where I am just calling out every random name to stop doing the things they are doing. Okay? So I think most of you know me because we were having last session on communication. You have been hearing me from last 40 minutes. And again, I'm back. Yeah? So it's going to be a welcome for me, or you all are bored? I'm crossing the fingers to have a welcome only. Right? A warm welcome. Okay. I, Sakshi Chajer, welcome all of you in today's session of team building. Earlier it was communication. Right now, the session is all about team building. Yashwant, please stop playing the videos. Yes, many of the cameras are still not on. Can you please turn on the camera so that I'm aware you are listening to me? I want the cameras to be on. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, so let's, yes, Suhas, the hand is raised. I cannot allow you to unmute yourself. Whatever you have, you can write it in the chat box. Thank you so much, students, for welcoming me. I'm happy to have a welcome. Okay, so I'm Sakshi Chajer, your host for the session. The session is all about team building. Again, when we hear the term team building, now you'll say, ma'am, we all know about team building. Yes, I'm not talking about the buildings which we see outside. You know, in Bangalore, we have a lot of buildings. I'm not talking about those buildings, right? I'm talking about we as an individual come together to attain, to achieve a common goal, maybe for ourselves or for the organization in which we are working. Now, Arjun, I didn't started and you have a question about team building. Yes, please write it down in the chat box. What's your question? Okay. Fine. If you're not using the checkbox in the right manner, maybe the important information you all are going to miss. Okay, let's get back to the topic. Yes. Now, when I talk about team building, the team building is all about a group of people coming together to attain a common goal, to attain a common objective. Yes? Whenever we are working in a company, in an organization, we alone cannot make it worth achieving the targets, right? There are a group of people who comes together to make and to work towards the success of the organization. You all agree with me, right? We can use the reactions if you all agree with me. Because I can see the reactions. Yes. We have the reaction option in the Zoom. You can use it. Yes. Like 16, 17, 18. Okay. Yes. So we all know that whenever we are working in the organization, it's the group effort. It's the effort of the team which brings towards the ultimate success of the organization, to achieve the goal of that organization, and to work effectively and efficiently. Yes. So now, a drop of water, just a single drop of water. Is it useful? Can you drink that single drop of water? And if you're feeling very thirsty, drop of water just came, stopped. After a few seconds, second drop came, stopped. This way, if you are going to drink 100 drops of water, then also you will be thirsty only, right? But what if we are just having a glass and we are collecting all the drops of water in it and then drinking it? We won't be thirsty? Yes. We'll have water to drink in one go, right? That is what a team do. Individually, you cannot achieve everything. But when you all come together, definitely you're going to make a difference. Now, when I talk about coming together, this means not just selecting the person whom you think are having good knowledge or will be beneficial for you. No, you never know what is running behind their mind, right? You don't know. So your team selection should be not just knowledge specific, but behavioral specific. Seeing the attitude of the person, seeing how the person is going to work with the team, what is the nature of the person. These all things will make or build a strong and efficient team. Now, why I'm telling you this, the team plays a very important role. To make you understand the concept of team building, I'll just share a small video with you, which will help you understand the importance of working in team and selecting the right team. Okay. If once my screen is visible, please let me know. Yes. Okay, let's see the video of team building. Why selecting the right team is very, very important. A company situation where they have two different teams. The workload is will be same for both the teams. This is the performer of the company. Now this person knows where he has to go and he's ready to take full responsibility. Addition to the team, He's a highly effective person. See, the lazy one, he wants to help the team, but he don't want to work hard. So his contribution is not making any difference. He is a burden for the team. The another one edition. The trouble source for the company. He's creating trouble. And the last one. Person who is trying to destroy the operation. So he don't want the company to achieve its target. He's dragging the people behind.
We want one like that.
It's the teamwork. Everyone is working towards achieving the target of the company. Did you notice how many different types of people are there in the company? And if the selection is not right, what happens to the company? What happens to the teamwork? Even if just one person is not helping towards the growth of the team, not helping towards the goal which the team has set, they are left behind, right? They were having 5 people in the team, but 3 of them were of no use to the company. So it's better to identify them and keep them away so as to achieve the targets, the goals of the company. Yes? Now we'll go with the definition. Okay, let me share my screen and let's understand what is team building. Yes, as I told you, individually we are one drop. Together we are an ocean. Right? Drop, drop, drop. When it gets collected, it's turned to an ocean. And that is all about team building, teamwork. If we unite together, if we come together, we can make a difference. Okay, before I go to the next slide, as we are having online classes, so I cannot go ahead with the activity, but just assume, just in your imagination, 4 persons are trying to make a balance in a circle just by lying down like this. Their legs are like this, the body is straight, their head is on the leg of other person, on the knees of other person. This way they are trying to make a balance. And this balance, this teamwork will not be of any use if anyone just comes out of that. 5 different persons on the knees, they are trying to make a balance where every person is keeping his head on the knees of other person. This way, they are making a circle. So here, the importance of teamwork comes, right? Because it's a teamwork. They are dependent on the next individual which is standing right next to them. And if anyone will come out, the team is definitely going to scatter, right? You cannot make the balance even if one person is missing. Okay. There are no comments on the government of the company because we are talking about team building, not the government. Okay, next. This is team building. Different individuals coming together to form a team. Now, why team building? Why? What happens in team building? There's a set goal, a goal for which different individuals come together. There is a leader in the team who guides them, who trains them, who is the point of approach whenever there is some difficulty. When group of people work together, definitely there are going to be conflicts, there are going to be problems, views mismatch is going to be there. Many things are going to be there. So it is the leader who resolves all the problem and bring them together. Communication, good communication within the team, cooperation, collaboration, and motivation and coaching. Now, motivation is if you want to reach to the top, this doesn't mean that you have to keep someone in the bottom. No, a team is one who pulls each and every person and bring them on the same level. That is team building. And that is the work of the leader who is heading the team. That is going to be his leadership quality, which will bring his team together and make them work on the same goal to achieve the goal of the company, to achieve the set target of the company. So the responsibility lies on leader and all the persons of the team. What is team building? A team is a number of persons associated together in work or activity as a group. Now, in organization, not just in organization, we have a group of people coming together. But for each and everything, just assume we have a function at a home, a family function. There also a lot of people come together to make the function successful, to work towards giving best in the function. So for each and everything, group of people come together to achieve the set target or to plan out any activity. So that is team building. Whenever a lot of people come together, that is team building. In other words, when one person cannot accomplish a job alone, then several individuals must cooperate to fulfill a mission. You need a team. The better the cooperation, communication, coordination among team members, the more efficient the team is. Everywhere we will have some persons who are very expert in backbitching, right? We have that everywhere they are around us. Whether we talk about the place where we are living, whether we talk about the colleges, when we were in school, now when you will go to the organization. Everywhere you will have them with you, right? They are never going to leave you. So you should maintain a distance with them, right? You should understand that if these kind of persons are going to be with you in a team, you cannot make your team come together. They'll always be there to break your team. So you should analyze and take them out, right? So team building is not just collaborating people. It's just selecting the right people for the right job on right time, right place. Selecting a cricketer for acting, will it be worth it? Will it make a difference for you if you're selecting a cricketer for the role of acting? No. Selecting a politician, no, we'll not go with politician. Okay. Selecting a teacher for the role of for the role of a maths teacher for art and craft work. Wow, what a combination, right? What she's going to play with numbers. She's going to make number cutouts. She cannot be a good source, a good thing for your team. To make the right team, to build the right team, you need to have the right selection of the people. Yes? Okay? So make sure whenever you're selecting a team, see, now you'll be entering into corporates, right? We all want to work, we all will be entering into the corporate. So this you should understand. And second, whenever you're working with the team, see, it's one-to-one. Sometimes whatever you want will be right and team will be following that. Sometimes the other person can be right and you need to follow them. You need to support them. Maybe you are not liking doing that, but as a team, you have to always stand together. In team, the blame should not be there. Like, I was not the part. I didn't do that. So it's the responsibility of my teammate. No. When you are working on something, it's the team responsibility to achieve that. And if there is something wrong, it's again the team responsibility will be responsible for those things. Right? Okay, let's go to the next slide. Why team building? I want the answer for this. Yes. I'm tired now. I've been speaking from last 25 minutes. Now it's your chance. Why team building? Why we need team? Why we need to build a team? Please write it in the chat box. Why we need a team building? Why we need to work in team? To improve the goal of the company. Not to improve, to achieve the goal of the company. Effective work, to reach the goal, to adjust and update. Quick and innovation output, to complete tasks, collaboration, goal achievement. Strength can be combined to reduce work, to create new ideas. United we stand, divided we fall. Perfect quotation for team building. Division of work, right? Obviously, we cannot do everything ourselves. Divide and work. Okay, just stop. A very nice thing came right now. Divide and work. Now, how you take these two things depend on you. Divide and work, right? So, does it mean divide your team and then work with them? Or divide your responsibility and work with them? What it is? Selection of the right word with the right context is again very important. Divide and work will completely take your objective of the team building in a different way. Yes, it should be to divide the responsibility and work, not divide and work. Divide and work means you are breaking your own team. Yes, so it should be divide the responsibility. Please select the right context, right selection of the word is very important to communicate. Just assume in a team you are saying, ma'am, let's divide and work. They'll say, please stay out of our team. We need the person who are building, who are bringing the team together, not the one who are dividing the team. Okay, yes, so to divide the responsibility, to bring new creativity, innovations, new ideas, to achieve the goal of the company, to bring more efficiency in the company. These all are the things why we need effective team building in the company. So you all are absolutely right. Increase professional knowledge among each other. Yes, sharing of knowledge again plays a very important role when you're working in the company. So yes, these all are the things with which we work in team, and that's why we say team building plays a very important role in the company. Now, why team building? The overriding need of all people working for the same organization to make the organization profitable. We are taking salary from the organization, right? The salary which we are being paid is the outcome of the work we are giving to the organization. So the ultimate motive of all the employees working in the company is to bring the company, bring the organization in the profitable zone. So to achieve that, we need teams. We cannot individually, as I told you, we cannot achieve anything. So yes, the overriding need of all people working for the same organization to make organization profitable. We go for team building. Next, teamwork in an organization has not one but lot of importance. Can you see the list of importance? Like why team building is very important for us. First point, sharing workload. We share workload when we have team. Yes, we share our workload, right? We share our workload. One person in the team is not well. Maybe he is not available today, but other team members play his part. They support them. So it is sharing responsibilities, sharing workload, building bonds. When teams come together, we have a lot of interaction, activities. So it brings a strong bond in the team. And when that bond is there, we can definitely achieve the goal. Why that bond play a very important role? Can anyone tell me why that bond in a team play a very important role? See, why that bond play an important role in the team building? Out of 300, hardly 10 to 15 people are answering me in the chat box. So what should I assume? Rest all are sleeping, keeping the video, keeping their session on. Point create trust. Perfect. One point is right. It creates trust. Good cooperation, right? Gain trust, we have already covered. Positive work atmosphere, okay. Avoid miscommunication, right? When we have bond, miscommunication chances are very less. To build understanding, right? To be great achievers, okay. Great work, strengthen communication, right? The things you have told me in the chat box to enjoy work. Yes, duplication of work can be avoided with a bond, right? Dependence on each other is there. Okay. Bond will understanding between team, right? Humans are social animals, so people make people happy. So people make people happy. Okay. Improve work relationship. Thank you so much, students. Yes, right. The bond, when we have a strong bond, miscommunication chances are reduced to maybe 5 to 10%. The enthusiasm, yeah, that increases. We'll be willing to work with our team. And when that comes, we work in a more efficient manner. And the surrounding is very happy, very happening, very positive. And these all things come with a bond. So yes, the bond again plays a very important role. Next is learning opportunity. The more we talk, the more we have bond encouragement. Okay. The more we talk, the more we share things, it gives us a lot of opportunities to learn new things. As I gave you the example that I am much interested in sports, but entertainment and news, I am not interested. But when I'll be sitting in the team, they'll be sharing those things. Everyone will share whatever they like. So this will help me in learning new things. Because if I would alone, I wouldn't have gone for that. right? I wouldn't have shifted to seeing news, seeing entertainment. No, I love sports, so I would have been seeing that. But when group of people come together, this gives learning opportunity. In terms of technology, also we learn new things. Each individual will be expert in different things. So we have the chance to learn from them. So it is obviously the learning opportunity. Then mutual creativity. So this, I think, I don't need to explain what is mutual creativity. Definitely creativity comes out. Are you all aware about the blind game which we used to play? Like draw, one person is cannot see anything, and the second person is just instructing what to do. And the ultimate thing which comes out is different for all. Now, just make a standing line. Someone will make it like this. Someone will make it bit slanting. Just make a circle. Someone will make circle on top. Someone will make on bottom. Just make a cone. Which direction someone is making the cone. So the creativity comes out naturally when group of people are working because everyone will be adding something in that. And the ultimate product is going to be different if team is good. Otherwise, it can be a big surprise which can come out. I am audible, right? Okay. Next important thing is job satisfaction. Yes, we get job satisfaction when we are working in a team. Because our teammate know us better, they'll be sharing the responsibility. They'll be giving the responsibility in which we are good. So obviously, if we are doing something which is of our interest, we are definitely going to give our best. And this will bring job satisfaction in us. Next is overall reputation of the company, the organization. Reputation matters. Even as an individual, the reputation matters for us. Does it matter what people talk about you, what people think about you? Same for the company. It has a very important role as an individual and as an organization. The reputation should always be good. And when that good reputation will come, when people around, people who are dealing with the company, who are directly, indirectly related to the company, will be knowing that this company is having best team with, within the organization. The team members are working efficiently, effectively to achieve the goal of the organization. That time, the reputation of the organization is going to be in a positive zone, right? So as you know, there are lot of importance of team building. Person to person, the importance can differ. Like these are some of the basic important points, importance of team building, which everyone will be seeing when they'll be working in a team. Any questions related to whatever we have learned till now? If you have any questions, you can just write it in the chat box. No, okay. Clear. Okay. Okay. So no questions, no doubts on team building. Yes. Now again, team we should do when all the team members does not give equal output. Thank you for the question, Shruti. A very nice question came in front of me. Like, what we should do? We are doing our best, but what we should do when all team members does not give equal output? Now here the role of leader comes. Now he should figure it out, like from which person, how I can get the work done. For example, just take my example. I'm working in a team, but I'm not giving good output. But I am very fond of recognition. If someone recognize me, I just get super happy. I'm ready to do anything for the recognition. So here, team leader will come. He will analyze that thing and he will give me a task and tell, if you are going to do this task, you will be getting good recognition. People are going to say wow for you. And there I'll be active. I'll give more than 100% to get that thing done, just not for the team goal. I'm not working to achieve the team goal, but I'm working to get the recognition. But my leader is so smart that he's using that thing for the achievement of the goal of the team. Yes, so Shruti, I think I am clear how you can deal in such a situation where members are not giving equal output. Again, leadership play a very important role in team building. Anyone else who is having any doubt? Okay, Shruti. Okay, so we are good to wind up the session if no doubts are there. Yes? Okay, then. You can leave your feedback in the chat box and you all can just have your power nap, your snacks, tea, whatever you want to have. Right? Okay, then. Bye-bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. You can leave the feedback and you all can leave.